I wanted to just share like two stories with you of my own life where I've experienced just beauty. And I don't know where you guys have done that. And when I say that, I don't know what comes to mind. But this idea is just simply that there are these things of goodness and truth and beauty that are these beautiful fingerprints of God in our lives that make us aware of Him and help us see Him and help us see what this life is all about. And those that don't even know Jesus can experience these things, but they're also like invitations from Jesus to notice Him, to notice Him as Creator, as the one who delights in this world, as the one who made this world, um, made you and me, and delights in us and delights in what He has made. For He says it's good. But yeah, that truth, I just wanted to share two stories of these moments of just this beauty. And I would love to hear your stories of beauty as well, where it's just those moments where you pause, and you're like, what? Specifically about creation today, but I think that there's so many other moments of beauty. So I was in New Zealand. If you know where New Zealand is, it's the island next to Australia. And I was there for a year of my life after high school. And it was there that I got to spend a lot of time with people, talk about Jesus, and learn that He's amazing. And my life was very different after that. But we went on this cool little adventure. Me and I think it was like five other guys in this tiny little car. So there's all of us in all the seats. And we just went on this amazing adventure on the South Island. We had a week or so off of school while we were there. And it was just like this adventure week. So we went and backpacked this really, really cool area right along the ocean. We were not prepared. We ended up eating like carrots for lunch and beans split between all six of us for dinner. It was not the best prepared thing, but it was so fun. But the part where I saw this beauty was we went pretty far down south in this car, and we ran into some other friends who were down there as well, and we didn't really have anywhere to stay, and we ended up in this place called Queenstown. And I'm gonna show a picture of this place, but we ended up in Queenstown at night. We were like, I don't know where we're gonna sleep. We'd been just basically like pulling up a tent. Not really. It was just two tarps, one on the ground and one above us, to keep some weather off. And so we ended up in this like kind of field, honestly, and I don't think we were supposed to be there. But we put the tarp down. We're laying there. I like woke up in the middle of the night, really cold, especially my feet. So I tried to warm them up. Wasn't doing much. Woke up in the morning, realized it had like kind of snowed, and we were not ready for that. And so my feet were just so cold. But I get up and I see where we're staying, and I look off to the side and I see these mountains called the Remarkables. And I'll just look at them. And like it's one of those where you just have to like just take it in. Like you're like I know why they're called the Remarkables. Um, yeah, that's one of those moments. I'll show a picture of it right here. Just one of those moments where you see beauty and it's just a breath. You delight in it. You enjoy it. There was another moment. I was with my wife. We went on a trip for our first year anniversary out to Oregon, the state way up off to the northwest. First of all, it's so green out there and so beautiful in the fall and the spring, and I enjoy that space. But while we were out there, we went to this really cool spot called Cannon Beach. So there's a lot of history behind all that. There's some really cool stuff with Lewis and Clark in that area, if you know any of those stories. But when you get to Cannon Beach, you're going down this road and all these like kind of hilly, green, giant trees. Douglas fir is so cool. But then you take this turn and then you just see this thing shooting out, and you see the ocean, but you see this giant thing coming up, and you're like, what in the world? And so you keep driving, you get into this like little town of Cannon Beach, and you see it, and it's called Haystack Rock. So it looks like a big haystack out in the ocean, and it's this really, really beautiful thing of you just stand there and you just blown away by this rock formation, but how there's the ocean and some hills and everything's green, and it's a really beautiful place. Um, and then in those moments, there's this beauty of spent time with my wife. And when I was looking at those remarkables, it was this spent time with these friends. And so there's like this goodness and beauty meeting each other in these moments that just kind of sit. And my encouragement to you today is to remember a story of beauty in your life. Remember a time when you saw something so beautiful. It could be simply what you saw when you went camping, and it was just this beautiful animal or this beautiful scenery, or these beautiful moments with friends and family. Yeah, I think as we continue to be reminded of beauty and continue to be reminded of goodness and continue to be reminded of truth, we get to be reminded that Jesus is inviting us in all of those, that those are like kind of pings in our heart, like ping, like just this invitation to become more aware of him in our lives and his goodness to us. So we love you guys. Look forward to being with you tomorrow. Be looking for Rick's update coming up at noon.